What is going on, guys? This is Gainz Gaming. Today we are going over patch notes that we just received from the makers of Rise of Kingdoms with some pretty crazy updates. So let's get into it. So these updates are from the official Rise of Kingdoms Discord. So if you are not already a part of that, I would highly recommend you join it. That way you get this notification the same time everyone else does. So this is from a goose. So I will kind of skim through this and kind of talk about what I think this is going to bring to the game, whether or not I think it's a good thing or not. But obviously all these are coming into game, so we're kind of stuck with it whether we like it or not. So the first thing they have here is an all new Season of Conquest story, King of All Britain. This is the brand new KVK they've been talking about with the new Prime Ragnar Lodbrok. So as you can see right here, there will be a few teaser events before registration starts, and for a limited time, you'll be able to try out the new legendary Viking commander, Prime Ragnar. This is going to be another infantry commander. There are going to be a couple different events with this new KVK registration as well. The Sharp Eyes and Quick Hands is that little puzzle that we get every once in a while. It takes a couple minutes to do. You get some pretty basic rewards. We also have the Runic Revelations. Select a question and then draw Furlike runes to divine an answer. Not really sure what that's going to be, but you can earn some rewards here as well. There are going to be some chat keywords as well, whatever that means. You can earn reward for the first time each day you mention one of our story keywords. So it looks like these are going to be the different keywords you can use to get some rewards. We'll have to see what that all entails. Now within the story itself, you will get to experience a ton of new mechanics. Number 1, starting province selection. Based on the camp's ranking in the Eve of the Crusade event, each camp will take turns selecting a starting province. Now, I think this is going to be really interesting because I think this will really make you want to push for top ranks, because I believe in a teaser that they released a couple of weeks ago, in these different provinces, you have different buffs. So for example, you have like march speed for infantry, you have all damage, you have AP recovery, you have faster gathering. Versus if you look at a basic Eve of the Crusade, you can see that you get different rewards based on your ranking. In this case, you get to choose what your reward is going to be. So in this case, if Kingdom 1696 wants to have infantry march speed for all their players, they can go ahead and choose that. Or if they want all damage, they can go ahead and choose that. So it will kind of depend on what your ranking is. So for us, if we're rank 5, we get the 5th choice, versus rank 1, 2, and 3, they get the first dips. So I think that will really make people want to push for the Eve of the Crusade, which in this case, obviously the training stage is going to be the biggest one, because that's where you can get the most amount of points, versus in stage 1 with Marauders and stage 3 with Marauder Barb Forts, you are not going to be able to get as many points. But the training stage is where you can rack up a ton of points. As you can see with these guys with millions and millions of points. Now this next part, Home Gang, form a team with other English or Viking governors and duel other teams for stratagem points, unique titles, and buffs for your entire camp, as well as other rewards. It'd be really interesting to see what that exactly looks like. Now with stratagems, in the reworked stratagem system, you can use stratagem points to purchase new stratagems and build a combination that enhances your unique playstyle. New stratagems will be added to the stratagem shop in the Lost Kingdom Chronicles Progress. I think that could definitely be really, really interesting because we are registered for Storm of Stratagems myself. So it'll be interesting to see what this new stratagem system will look like. Now this next one, burr raiding, scattered across Lost Kingdom are both Viking and English burrs. Raid burrs belonging to the enemy to loot valuable rewards. Again, not really sure what that's going to look like, but I think that could be pretty interesting. Then the Prime Ragnar artifact. At a certain point in the Lost Kingdom Chronicles, you receive the unique artifact. I don't know how to say that. Designed exclusively for Prime Ragnar. When equipped, all of Prime Ragnar's skills will apply to all unit types. That is pretty crazy. So if you want to use him with archers, you can, and with cavalry, with infantry. Even though he is an infantry commander, you'll be able to use him with every single troop type, which I think is pretty crazy. I mean, I think that artifacts are a great part of the game. I love artifacts personally, so it'll be interesting to see what this looks like. Now coming on to new events. Celebrate this Halloween with the wickedly wonderful Sorceress Reverie event series. We have Esmeralda's Prayer coming back. That's a pretty good event. Esmeralda's Collection. Complete 7 days of quest to earn shiny wishing coins. Then Protect the Supplies. I love this event. I always do very, very well in it. I will probably make another video on this because I'm sure they're going to add a different section to it, just like we saw with the arms training event. But this is where you deliver supplies to your village. And then we have Triarch Trouble. 3 teams enter, 1 team leaves. Who will emerge as the Hemagon of Greece? Not really sure what that is. Sounds familiar. We might have seen this before. Kind of like that last man standing event where you have a partner or 2 people that are coming in with you. So we'll have to see if that's what it is. Road to Greatness, purchase gems to summon your favorite commander. I think that's going to be kind of like a recharge event kind of thing where, you know, you spend gems to get commander unlocks. Then VIP system changes. This I am very, very mixed about. So they're going to be adding a new VIP level, VIP 19, as well as an even more advanced SVIP level and an SVIP shop. We've also updated the buffs, exclusive chests, and special bundles for different VIP levels. So this is interesting to me. I don't know if this means that they are going to be updating the buffs that you get from VIP 1 to 18, like if they're going to be changing stuff or adding things. That could be really interesting if they're going to be making VIP 1 to 18 better, or if they're just going to be adding VIP 19. I saw that they were planning on doing like 5% training speed and 5% troop attack, which I saw Chiscool's video on this. He was like, I mean, it's probably like the best case scenario of adding a buff, but 5% attack still isn't nothing. That's still a buff that VIP 19 up is going to get that 99% of players will not have. So it's just basically making whales even stronger in the open field, which I'm not a huge fan of, but because, you know, not everyone's going to get to VIP 19. I'm super, super far away from VIP 18 even. I don't know if I'll ever even be hitting it because I'm still like 2 million VIP points away from it. I don't love the buff to VIP 19 with that attack. Troop training speed, I mean, sure, go for it. I mean, you already are a whale, so you're already going to be pretty high power, but, you know, adding that 5% attack, I'm not a huge fan of. And then once you reach SVIP, you'll be able to redeem decorative city effects. This is what I was hoping that VIP 19 was going to be, but now they're adding SVIP, I think past VIP 19, where then you can get like the city teleport effects, troop marching effects, and other cosmetics. But I was really hoping that would be just VIP 19 rather than getting an actual boost of that 5% attack and 5% training speed. And then after the VIP system is updated, you'll retain all your unused VIP points. In addition, any VIP points that you earned in the previous level cap will return to you. Not many people are going to have to worry about that. I mean, unless you're VIP 18 and haven't been maxed out for a long time. They are adding a new vacation permit feature, and what people were hoping this is going to be is where you don't have to log in and it just automatically, you know, collects your resources, sends your gatherers out, you know, collects your VIP, and it's like, dude, there's no way they're going to do that. So basically what this is where you can kind of like tell your kingdom, hey, I'm not going to play in this KBK, so put me on a vacation mode so that I don't count toward contribution or toward the power cap. And so that way you don't have to zero people. So I think this is a good feature. That way, you know, if you're going to be like getting married or going out of town or going on vacation or whatever, you're like, I'm going to miss every single major fight. Put me on vacation mode so I don't count toward this KVK. I think that's a good idea. I think that allows people to not have to either migrate or get zeroed essentially, because, you know, that's one feature of the game that kind of sucks, where if somebody isn't able to contribute in a KVK, in most cases, they're either going to get zeroed or they're going to be told to migrate because they can't do anything. And it's like, okay, well, you got to go then. So best of luck, right? So I think this is a good feature that allows people to, you know, have an actual life outside of the game and not have to worry about getting zeroed or finding a new kingdom just because they have something that came up. We are also going to have another Sunset Canyon tournament. Not really sure what this is going to look like. I mean, we have like that Sunset Clash, which is really, really good, especially for farm accounts. I've made a couple of videos on that, so if you have not checked those out, I'd highly recommend it, because every time it does come around, you can get millions and millions of resources on all your farm accounts for basically no time commitment whatsoever. Like literally a minute on each account and you get like 100 million resources. It's kind of crazy. So, you know, another Sunset Canyon tournament, so we'll have to see what that exactly looks like. And then Sorority Crisis update, adding a new Chieftain. I always hate when they do this, not gonna lie, because it's always way too hard and people don't know how to do it. And it's like, okay, now I can't do randoms for this one, so I have to like do the easy mode or have to, you know, find 5 people that can help me with this, and it just really sucks. Also adding new commander stories. I hate this so much. I think it is something that they should take out of the game entirely. However, they did optimize it. So one thing that's annoyed the crap out of me is, maybe I can show you in game if we have an example. But you'll have like the people with the dots like this. They'll like go like right over your training queue or right over your hospital. And like that could be so bad. Like if this guy was over the hospital, I'm like trying to heal because my city's getting rallied and I'm trying to click on heal and I click on this thing instead and it tries to like go through this, and like, oh my gosh, it is just so annoying. And so part of me wishes I never unlocked it in the first place, because they sit right here. I think on a couple of my farm accounts I unlocked it, and it's just so annoying because I have like 10 of them wandering around the city that I keep accidentally clicking, and it's just so annoying. So I wish there was a way you could turn it off entirely. Hopefully they do that in the future. However, with the new update, they are optimizing it so they don't go around your buildings, so they should not stand near your buildings, and they're also making the text smaller. However, I thought they already did this. Like, I feel like I remember them saying this at some point, that they were going to, you know, not hover over buildings, and it didn't fix anything. So I don't know if that was a future thing or if they were supposed to do this before, but they are adding new stories for Bjorn and Harold, presumably going to be adding some emojis for them as well. If you care about that cosmetic, that'll come here as well. Here we have some Lost Kingdom optimizations. Added extra rewards for R4 and R5 members to Coalition Camp Honor Point ranked rewards. I'm not sure what this will look like, but basically just rewarding people that are R4s and R5s, just because, you know, it takes a lot more time commitment, and it takes, you know, more of them to make sure things are going right. So I think this is a good idea, rewarding people that put the extra time in, because a lot of times R4s and R5s, they might get some recognition, but they don't get anything really extra. So I think this is a good thing, rewarding those players. And then in Season 2 to the Season of Conquest, so presumably KVK 4, excluding mini-seasons, reduce the number of alliance fortresses that need to be built to complete the first chapter of the Lost Kingdom Chronicles. This change will only take effect in Lost Kingdoms that begin after the update. In the Season of Conquest, the amount of honor points required for the Kingdom's Might series of Crusader achievements will now vary based on certain conditions. Not sure what that really means. And then in Season 3 and the Season of Conquest, chat messages will now show the speaker's camp symbol. Okay, that's not really that important. You already showed like the kingdom, so. Other changes and optimizations. Canyon Clash optimizations. This always worries me that they're going to fix something, because it's super easy to get a ton of resources in your farm account. Adjusted the duration of individual clashes to make them more intense and compact. And then adjusted the rules for earning clash coins. This worries me. And added new event quests you can complete to earn clash coins. You will no longer earn clash coins for attacking enemy combatants or winning the clash. Okay, that kind of sucks. I might have to remake my video on this whenever it comes around, because this might just patch the little trick that I found. Settlement rewards for winning and losing side of the clash are now the same, but only the winning side will be able to open the loot chest. Okay, I think the loot chest is like the gems, the 1 to 1,000 gems that you can unlock, or I think it was 500 to 1,000 for winning, and then 1 to 499 for losing, but that kind of sucks too. And then updated the items that can be redeemed in the event shop, so I think they might have added some things. And then added an auto recycle function into the state farm travel feature. Any armaments you acquire when traveling that match your selected conditions will automatically be recycled. So I think what this means is basically, like, if you unlock something and you're like, I don't want to keep anything under 2% of stats, they will just basically be recycled. That's at least how I read it. Let me know down below if I'm reading that wrong, or if you interpret it differently. Added the ability to favorite commanders, pinning them to the top of your commander roster. That's interesting. If your device's aspect ratio meets the requirements, the commander roster can be expanded from 2 to 3 columns. So what that means is you can take commanders that you want at the very top and you'll favorite them, rather than ranking by power, rarity level, or star level. I think that's a good idea. Probably adding like a favorites tab here. And then also expanding this to 3. So presumably, like, basically Joan of Arc will be right here, and then go down. So basically you don't have to scroll all the way down here. It'll just have less things, showing. So I think that's a good idea. Now, this I absolutely love. Barbarian Troops will no longer block you from selecting a location to teleport your city. That is fantastic. And this actually could mean that it's getting rid of the very, very annoying lohar drops. Basically, when you're contesting an area and like maybe your flag is going to go down, a lot of people will just, drop a ton of lohars and like basically prevent people from teleporting in for a good 2 hours or a good hour. And it's just so annoying because you have to rally them and get rid of them, and then people will just drop more. And a lot of times, like in Kingsland or in a new zone, people will random teleport and just start dropping lohars everywhere to prevent people from being able to teleport in. So it's a very annoying strategy that people utilize. A lot of farm accounts will do that as well. Like you'll just, random teleport with a shield on, just drop a ton of lohars. And it's just so annoying, but very, very effective. So, I mean, this could mean that they're getting rid of that feature, which I think could be a good thing. Also, maybe an annoying thing, like getting rid of that. But I think that's a good idea. Optimize Kingdom and Lost Kingdom name placement when spectating other kingdoms. Lost Kingdom so that no longer obstructs your view. Not really sure what that is going to look like. Added a wider display level to strategic view. Added a battle list to strategic view that allows you to view info about all ongoing battles across the map. Not sure if that'll allow you to, see the different reports. If it is, that'd be pretty cool. Kind of like an Ark of Osiris. You can like click on a building and see like what the last report looked like. That'd be really, really cool. Then after this update, this feature will be pioneered in the Season of Conquest story, Tides of War. That's awesome. So we'll be able to see how that works. Added a quick replenish button that allows you to quickly replenish insufficient resources when researching, building, or training. They should add healing on there, in my opinion, but maybe they're doing that intentionally so that when you're, taking a city rally, you can't do that. But, interesting if they do add that. Fixed a bug where dismantling iconic gauntlets of the Glorious Goddess return the wrong types of materials. That's probably a good idea to fix that, but let me know what you guys think about this update. I think there are some pretty cool things that are going to be coming into game. I have had a little bit of a hiatus from making content, so I appreciate you guys watching this video. I've had, a huge month with work, with my new job, so appreciate all of you guys for supporting me still. Trying to get back on the wagon with making content, making sure I'm consistently getting content pushed out. So I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Let me know down below what you guys think about this patch and if there are good things or bad things you are thinking are coming with this update. Thanks for checking out the video. Have a great rest of your day.